everyone! Okay, so welcome back to another video, and oh boy, there has been some amazing pieces of Sonic merchandise that's been announced and released lately. And you know something? We're going to be covering a lot of that on this channel in the upcoming days. So make sure you click that subscribe and bell notification button. Do it right now because there's some amazingly cool stuff on the way, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Okay, so let's get on with it. So like I said, there has been some amazing cool pieces of Sonic merchandise coming out. And you know something? I've got a feeling that these two items are going to be on that list of amazingly cool pieces of Sonic merch. So what are they? You might be sat there thinking, hey, I haven't seen these before. What are they? Haha, well, I'm glad you asked, my friend. These have only just been released today, and they're from a company called Eaglemoss. And for full disclosure, they did get in touch with me and said, hey, would you be interested in a press sample or two? We really like your channel, and we really like your content, and we'd kind of be interested if you'd review this for us. And I was like, yeah, sure, I will do. Hey, I spun that one around. Make sure you watch that on the replay, guys. That was very unintentional. Anyway, yeah, so I said, yeah, sure, I'll review these for you. So these are part of Eaglemoss's Hero Collector range. And you might be thinking, who is Eaglemoss? What do they do? Well, they basically make a monthly magazines for loads of stuff, and with every magazine you get another figure or another part of a model, and then eventually over time you get this huge collection of figures or a huge model, and it looks really, really cool. They have announced and released, right here, the Sonic Classic Figure Collection, and wow, I'm really impressed with what I've seen of these so far. So we are going to have a really good close-up look at these, so don't worry. But let's just take a look right now at the figures, and I'll sort of go through my thoughts on them. So let's start off with the Sonic one. In fact, let's just move Eggman just out the way for a second, and we will start with Sonic the Hedgehog. And I've got to say, guys, the packaging on these
Sonic
things
one,
is
and
absolutely
wow, already the box on it, the packaging on this thing it's just wonderful. So yeah, you can see Sonic through there, and it's got the classic Sonic logo, and it says Classic Figure Collection. But when you actually turn it around, yeah, you've got some renders here of Sonic. The back, though, is where things get really interesting. So yeah, we've got this artwork of Sonic, and I love this. Yeah, it's a stock image, but I like the fact that they've actually put some stock images together to sort of give this look of Sonic actually escaping the golden ring. That's really cool. But we've also got a list of other characters coming, so we'll talk about those a little bit later, because I've got a feeling that we're going to see those in the magazine. And yes, there is indeed a magazine. Let's take a look at this. Now, I'm going to be really careful with this, because these figures are actually very, very fragile. They don't look it, but trust me, guys, they are. And that's why I'm laying them down to try and get them out of the box. So I have sort of pre-prepped the box here, so we're not struggling with tape or anything. Haha, there's the magazine. Oh, let's just look at the magazine. How cool is that? The magazine is actually based off like a classic, they've actually gone for the PAL region. Wow, they don't usually do that. Well, I suppose it is a British company. They've actually sort of done like I don't want to say rebranding, more like a reimagining of the classic Sonic 1, Mega Drive cover. But anyway, we'll take a look at the magazine a bit later, so let's just put that there. Let's take a look at the actual figure now. So again, being very careful, because this is a very, very fragile Move the camera down, and we'll take a better look at this guy.
Okay, guys, so now that we've brought the camera down, we can actually take a much closer look at this figure. We can see a lot more detail on it, and I've got to say, my initial thoughts on this are that it has turned out really, really well. Eaglemoss has done an amazing job on this. So let's get into some negatives first of all, and these are like the whole, nitpicky kind of thing. So first of all, there are a few paint errors here and there. Like if you look on his chest, you can I'm not sure if you can make it out on the camera, but I can definitely make it out. Maybe if I sort of move it a bit closer. There, can you see how there's like a blemish there where the paint for his chest hasn't gone through properly? Yeah, you can see the blue undertones there. So that's not great. It kind of is noticeable, unfortunately, but it's kind of a minor. You do kind of expect some paint errors on figures this small, unfortunately. But I'll tell you why there aren't any paint errors, and I was really surprised at this. This is where I always look, and that's around the eyes, and the eyes are actually done really, really well. Now, there are the odd one or two paint errors here and there, like there's a small smudge just there on his shoe. But otherwise, guys, this figure is really well painted. It's really well decorated. So well done, Eaglemoss. Hopefully, this is the same for all figures, that they all have the same, at least this quality of paint job. I'm really hoping that's the case for all of them. Let's talk about something else which is kind of important as well, and that is the base. Now, yeah, the base is Green Hill. It was always going to be Green Hill, so I'll just take off the figure, and yeah, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So the base, actually, I'm actually really impressed with. Let's get the camera, see if the camera will focus there. There we go. So what I like, yeah, it is Green Hill, but you've actually got individual blades of grass there. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. I love it when companies do that, when they go a little bit further out their way. And we actually have as well a copyright Sega actually etched into the base there. Now here is something which again is a bit of a negative. It turns out that these figures are supposed to be individually numbered. Unfortunately, they've forgotten to number them. Yeah, so my figure is A out of 2157. Wow. I have number 1. Yeah, I'm calling this number 1. Look, sorry about that, the camera's focusing on Sonic, so I hope you saw that. Yeah, this is a quadruple A out of 2157. I'm calling this number 1. This is number 1, guys. So yeah, there is that. Now, you'll notice as well how easy it was to actually take the figure in and out of the base. Unfortunately, it doesn't... well, it is in there. It is in there, and it's kind of secure. You know, it does wobble quite a bit, unfortunately. So yeah, wow, that wobbled a lot. So I highly recommend that if you are going to put this on display, do not put it on a shelf. Just in case there's any kind of vibrations in the house, this figure is going to fall off. And like I said, guys, these figures are fragile. They're really fragile. You can tell, like the nose especially looks like it could just break off at any moment. And this arm, I bet this arm is a potential breakage hazard. Yeah, they're not indestructible. They're made of some sort of, I want to say PVC material. I'm not 100% sure, actually. It's quite heavy. It does feel, they do have some weight to them. But the thing is as well, you know, they're not indestructible. I've got a feeling that these are probably going to break quite easily if they're dropped, unfortunately. But that said, this is actually a really nice figure, and yeah, it's Sonic in his classic finger-wagging pose, but you know, it's actually a pretty decent figure. It's a pretty decent 3D figure, so well done, Eaglemoss. I'm actually really impressed with that. There was something else that came with this figure, and we're going to take a look at that now, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit it all on the camera, but we can try. So like I said, the thing with these figures is they're part of a magazine collection. Here is the magazine. Yeah, now look at this. This is so cool, guys. I love how the cover is basically a reimagining of the PAL version of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I love that. I think that's ingenious. And I love the fact you've also got the other Sonic characters, you know, in the background. That's really awesome. And yeah, they've even included the official Sega seal of quality. So the back, unfortunately, there is like a printing error on there's a printing error on the magazine. But yeah, the back's a bit plain. I kind of would have hoped that they'd have put something there, but nah, you can't win them all, I guess. So anyway, let's take a look at the magazine, because this is normally where this kind of stuff falls down, because usually for a lot of companies, they don't really try with the magazine. So let's see how good it actually is. And I have to say, I kind of like the look of this so far. Yeah, it's stock art images, but it's presented really well. It's actually presented really, really nicely. So we've got some information here. Eaglemoss Hero Collector is proud to present a true blue new series, the Sonic the Hedgehog Classic Figure Collection, inspired by the classic era of Sonic games. Cool. So let's take a look further into this magazine, shall we? Hey, I like that. I love that. So we've got here a small blurb about Sonic the Hedgehog. It looks kind of like, this is just an explanation of Sonic 1, clearly. Yeah, it's basic, but it's presented really nicely. You know, it is presented really, really nicely. You can't fault them on that. And, oh wow, I like this. Okay, so this I like. They've got the Japanese, the US, and of course, it's going to be the PAL artwork, because obviously it is a British company, and these are available in England, and they've actually got the release dates. Oh wow, that was cool. And they've even included the Game Gear one as well. Again, I apologize if there's a reflection here on the thing, but it is actually glossy paper, so it is actually reflecting the light. Oh, I love that. I love they've actually put... Wow, is that actually... That's a screenshot from the manual. They've actually included a screenshot from the manual. That's cool. And I love this as well. I've just noticed the little bumpers down here that actually have the page numbers on. That's really cool. It's, you know, it's basic, but it's presented well. And, ooh, this is interesting. So we've got a small mini history of Sega here. And we actually have some non-Sonic games. That's cool. That's cool, I like that. Oh, hi, Amy. So that's interesting. I've noticed that Amy was already in here, and I'll show you why that's interesting in a moment when we turn onto this page, because, oh wow, here are all the other figures that they plan to release. So we've got Sonic and Eggman. Those are the two figures which come out now. We've got Tails and Knuckles, Super Sonic, and Pixel Sonic and Pixel Tails. So there's quite a few of them. But notice how there was artwork for Amy, so I wonder if this is going to get expanded on later. I really, really hope it does. Anyway, so that was the Sonic
guys,
figure.
So here we have the actual Dr. Eggman figure, and we're going to take a look at the packaging really quickly again. And it's kind of the same as the Sonic one. Obviously, you got Dr. Eggman's name there. And yeah, it's pretty much the same setup as the Sonic one. You got a render of Eggman on the back here. And, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I really like this. Does anybody else think he's sort of doing a dab dance move there? We got dab dancing Eggman, guys. So, yeah, that's a cool thing. But again, I do like the fact they sort of put a giant golden ring around them. I've got a feeling this is going to be like a trend that they're going to do on the rest of the figures. And, yeah, we've got the other figures here. But, yeah, we'll take a look at those a bit later. So anyway, that's the Eggman figure in the box, but let's take a look at the Eggman figure closer up now.
Doctor! Yeah, we got Dr. Eggman, and he's that big, we have to tilt the camera up a little bit, so let's tilt the camera up. Okay, so, oh yeah, that's another thing as well. We can actually these are actually, there's a little bit of scale to them, so Eggman, I want to call him Robotnik. If I call him Robotnik or I mix between Robotnik and Eggman, it's because that's just the way it is. Yeah, so there is some scale here because obviously Eggman is slightly taller than Sonic is, so that's really nice. So the Eggman figure, it's based on a pose that we have seen before, but the mouth expression is slightly different. And wow, guys, I'm really, really impressed with this figure so far. This figure looks great. It really, really does. Just turning it around. I've not spotted any paint errors on this yet. Wow. This is cool. Guys, this is such a cool figure, and I love the textures on his mustache there. Now, again, we should talk about the base, because, again, the base is really cool, so I'm just going to be very careful and take him off there. So the base is actually a Sonic first, because the base is actually inspired by Final Zone. Yeah, we've never had any Final Zone merch before. I don't think the camera's going to zoom in on that or focus. There we go. Yeah, so the base is actually based off Final Zone. You know, the crushing platforms. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's really awesome, that. Unfortunately, this one has the same comedy error. It is number A of 3190. I have number 1. So yeah, there is that. Now, again, unfortunately, the same thing with Sonic, although I think this figure might actually be slightly better. Wow, this is difficult to actually fit in. Eggman is quite tricky to get in and out of the base, I've found. I want to be really careful. I don't want to risk breaking him, because the thing is as well, Eggman's legs feel very fragile. You know, if this falls over, Eggman's legs are going to go. They're going to break his leg. This is a really cool figure, and it's slightly more secure than Sonic, so you might be able to get away with it on a shelf, but again, I highly recommend a display case for this figure. It actually feels more fragile than the Sonic was, just because of the really, really thin legs. I have a feeling that I bet a lot of figures will turn up and the legs will be slightly broken if they've been bashed about a bit on transit, but otherwise, this is a really cool figure. It's really impressive and really nice. Now, for the awesome surprise, look at that! How cool is that? So I love this. I love the fact we've got like an Eggman adventure game. Yeah, so it's Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is figure number 2. I love this. This looks fantastic. I love how they've actually put it's classic stock art, but it does actually look like it is a game cover. I love that. So let's take a look inside this one as well. And again, we've got a very similar setup here to what the Sonic one was like. Oh, we've got some Badniks as well. That's cool. And I love this. We've got dab-tapping Eggman. That's really cool. I love that. Dr. Eggman, the mad scientist. So here we have a small blurb against Eggman as well. And, oh yeah, we actually see, yeah, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, there's actually the plungers. That's what the base is actually based off. It's those things from Final Zone. And yeah, we've just got some imagery of Eggman here. It's pretty cool. Oh, we got some Mean Bean represent. Yeah, we got some Mean Bean. That's cool. Wow, are they actually going to do that with all the figures? Like find where they've appeared. Oh man, the Tails one might have Tails Adventure. That is cool. That is really cool. And this is interesting. So we have the PAL cover, and we've got the Game Gear one. But we've also got, I'm not sure what region that is. I want to say it might be Spanish. Not sure. Definitely don't know. Or is it French? It says FR, so I'm guessing it's France. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know in the comments which region that's from, because that is quite cool they put that in there. I would have thought they would have put the Genesis version in there, but hey, that's cool. And yeah, we've got the Sega history again. So it is going to get more basic as it goes along, but at least the presentation is really, really nice. I really like that. And yeah, it's the same stuff, and there's nothing on the back,
Okay, guys, so I think that is literally everything I can say on them. I hope I've given you guys a really, really good look at these two little figures, and hopefully you've got more of an idea as to if you want these in your house or not. So guys, Eaglemoss are probably watching this video, they're probably checking the comments, so write down in the comments right now, do you want these in your house? Put, yes, I want these in my house, or not in my house, good sir, depending on what you think. Me, I've got them in my house, they're right here. And I have to say, guys, I do highly recommend these. These are great. I really do like them. They're kind of like, they're a bit of a step up from the Boom 8 Sonic figures. So think about that kind of quality, but slightly higher, I think. And I just love everything about them. You know, I really wasn't expecting much of the magazines, but I actually do like it. I love the way it's presented. I love the fact they come in a big box as well. You know, they're not just stuck to a magazine. So I do like that. I do like how there is some way to sort of store these properly if you don't have a proper display case. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with the effort they have gone on them. Like, I love the fact that there's really good detail on Sonic's face and his expression there. You know, there's not too many errors on there. There are one or two, but, you know, it's kind of to be expected. I love the Eggman figure. The Eggman figure might be my favorite one. I just love all the detail on his mustache. It actually does look like a proper bushy mustache. It's like the Taskmaster. So yeah, I love that. And I also love as well how they actually went for the final zone for his base. And I have seen as well, guys, that there are some other figures coming out, and they also have some really unique faces, and I do intend to get those as well. So like I said at the beginning, make sure you click the subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out, because we will be looking at those when they turn up. Anyway, guys, if you want these figures yourself, there is a link to the website in my video description. So for full disclosure on that one, it is my referral link. If you use that, sign up and order these figures, you'll get 10% off an order, and I'll get 10% off a future order as well. But you don't have to use that, but the link is there if you want it. So where are these available? They're currently available in the UK. I'm not sure yet if they're going to be available anywhere else. But here's hoping. Maybe if there is a demand, like, you know what? Write that in the comments as well. Do you live in America or outside of the European Union? And write, I want this in my country. If you want these figures shipped to wherever it is you live, write that and say, I want these in my country if you guys want those figures. Or if you just want them in your house, or if you're more of a no, so good sir. Let them know. Let your voices be heard, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and a huge thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel lately. It's been amazing. Anyway, we have more cool stuff coming on the way, so you definitely want to check back and not miss that out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!